The women's rowing team travels to Indianapolis for the Big Ten Championships on Saturday and Sunday. Badgers are currently ranked 9th in the country, one of 4 Big Ten schools ranked in the top 15, including number 1 Ohio State. Head coach Bebe Bryans is here. We'll have an opening statement and take questions.
I think since I was here last, we have had a race, and it was successful up at Devil's Lake. That was a really great, beautiful venue. It lived up to everything we hoped it would, and our racing was successful. We won the border battle, brought the Burning Blade back to the Porter Boathouse, so that was pretty exciting. This week is finals week. It's also Big Ten Championship prep week, so we sort of are looking at it as the icing on the cake week because all of the work has been done. They've studied for their finals. Now they just have to take them. And they've done all the work they need to do on the water, and now they just need to continue to have confidence and be ready to go. But we're really excited. The rankings came out today. The seedings for the championship were seeded second, and there weren't any surprises in the seedings, and so we're ready to go. I'm really confident in this group's ability to go out and race really hard and fight for the win, and I can't wait to see them go. I'm really excited about it.
Brian? Can you beat Ohio State?
Yes, I think we can. And we're going to give it a go, for sure. They're really good, and they're really well coached, and they're a team that's used to winning. So we know they're not going to do us any favors, and we might need a little bit of help to actually pull it off. But yeah, we think we can win, and they're just one of the teams that we have to beat, which is a pretty exciting thing to be able to say. I don't mind if that ends up on anybody's locker room wall. I think they know we're coming, and I hope they are too.
Bebe, does the fact that you've dealt with them before, that maybe a message has been sent somewhere along the line, not only to them but to your team, that's kind of helped? I mean, if you hadn't competed against one another this year, the unknown might be there, but the fact that you know what they're about and they know what you're about, I would think would be a big part of this, and how you feel about your team and going against Ohio State.
Absolutely. And we've raced most of the Big Ten teams, but we raced them first. And again, we didn't have very many races this year, which we were, it was, whether that worked in our favor or not, we had to wait and see. And we're very confident that it was the right decision for this group this year, and the fact that we got to race the Big Ten champions and the national champions first and raced them hard and close gave us a lot of confidence, absolutely. And they've been able to maintain that. We've been able to win some races by some pretty big margins, and that means they're going for it. They're going for the time. They're not just going for the win, and that means they're training to go against the fastest boats in the country. So because of that, and the fact that we've already seen some really fast teams, we'll be ready. We also have heats and finals this year, which we haven't had for a number of years because Rutgers came in, and we don't have an 8-lane race course. So we're going back to the heats and finals format. We'll race in the varsity 8. Indiana is seated ahead of us. We have not raced them head-to-head yet, so we will race them in the heats, and I like that just because it gives us a chance to get one more race under our belt before we have to do it in the finals. So I think that definitely works in our favor, and I'm excited to see that happen.
Brian? What was the feedback like from Devil's Lake?
It was really positive. The only wind that is potentially bad at Devil's Lake is a south wind, and that's what we had, and we had it at a lot. So in rowing, it depends, but like on Mendota, if it's north at 5, you can't row out of the boathouse, So it was south at like 20 with gusts up to a lot more than that, and the course handled it well. It wasn't great, but it was rowable, it was raceable. Everybody handled it just fine, and that just showed it at its worst, which I think for a trial run is a good thing. And it was beautiful. Oh my goodness. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day.
Right, you have Ohio State that's ranked, but you guys are ranked, Michigan's ranked, and Indiana's ranked this weekend. Is this the best preparation you can get looking toward NCAA?
Absolutely. when we formed the league, and most of the coaches that are coaching in the Big Ten are the same ones that started it way back in the day. And I moved schools, but I was there at the beginning. You know, we fought hard to show that we were a force to be reckoned with, and it took a while. You know, we didn't. It took a while for the more established conferences to accept the fact that we were a real deal. We had to travel all over the place, and now Ohio State helped us out by winning a couple of times. That was certainly helpful, but we are one of the strongest, if not the strongest, at any given moment, conference in the country. And so if you can make it through the Big Ten, you're going to have a really good shot at being competitive at the NCAAs. So yes, there isn't anybody we're afraid of.
Anything else for Coach? Nope.
Sorry to chime in here, but it's the 40th anniversary this year of the 1975 championship team. Can you talk a little bit about them? I think it might even be the first women's title ever at Wisconsin. Can you talk about that team a little bit?
Yes. There's a great book out there. Everybody's heard of Boys in the Boat, but there's another great book about the early days of women's rowing in the United States. It's called The Red Rose Crew. And there were a lot of Wisconsin Badgers in that boat. There's a lot of history here that goes back to 1975 when the Badger women, as huge underdogs, won the national championship that year. And we've talked about that, not a lot, but enough, that that is our history, and we want to create our own legacy to build onto that history. So the women are aware of it. They're proud of it, but this is about what we're doing now that we can make those women even more proud of us.
All right. Thanks, Bebe.
Thanks, guys.